I think we really need to stop perpetuating the myth that women don't like nice guys, that women like assholes, because it's really, really not true. I think what the issue is that when a man gets really excited about a woman, he often has no chill. And this is something that I have witnessed firsthand as being a professional matchmaker for the past 8 years and working with a lot of men. And it's not that women don't want somebody that is going to admire them and even bend over backwards for them. It's often the feeling that your energy and enthusiasm is unearned, that you're not being discerning, that you're the kind of guy who would just like anyone. And women really want to feel special. They want to feel chosen. They want to feel like you are specifically interested in them because of these particular reasons. And nice guys often don't do that. They just kind of are immediately enthusiastic, and women don't trust that. So I would suggest to male clients or men in general that when you are earnestly excited about somebody, you stagger that excitement and let it gradually build as you keep seeing women on dates so that it feels earned, it feels particular to the person that you're seeing, and it doesn't feel like general enthusiasm like a woman is looking my way, I'm so excited, because that will be a turn off to a woman. But always be nice. We love you, nice guys.
As I'm at pains to point out on this channel, deception and manipulation are part of a woman's evolutionary survival strategy and mating strategy. So women are masters of deception and manipulation. And one of the tools they commonly use is the straw man fallacy, where they argue against not what somebody actually says, but the words they put in that person's mouth. So they create a statement and say, your statement isn't true, because they actually make up the statement. He started off her statement by saying, we need to get rid of the myth that women don't like nice guys. But that's not what we say about nice guys. That's not the saying about nice guys. The saying about nice guys is nice guys finish last. So do you see the subtlety? She changed nice guys finish last to women don't like nice guys. We know all too well as men that women love nice guys. They love simps. They love them because simps are easy to parasite off. They're easy to exploit. They're easy to get resources from. And that's why men say nice guys finish last, because if you're a nice guy with women, they will just use you. And this video is yet another example that giving the vote to a creature who literally navigates the world through deception and manipulation was the worst mistake in human history. In the history of our species, let alone recorded history, the history of our species, for literally 300,000 years, it's the worst mistake ever to give such a deceptive and manipulative creature the vote. Moving on.
Being single really is a blessing, and I'll tell you why. I don't have to compromise my peace, my safety, my happiness, my future, my dreams, my goals, everything. I don't have to compromise any of that. I can do what I want, I can go where I want, I can eat what I want, I can say what I want, I can be unapologetically myself. It's bloody great!
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
When you reclaim your energy back, when you reclaim that strength back, that power, sky's the limit. It really, really is. 2.5 years, just over that now, single, celibate. I cannot recommend it enough. You truly, truly do find yourself. So looking forward to the adventure. Yes, I am.
And again, how could we give something as important and something that held such power and responsibility to a creature with the mind of a child? She actually thinks she's fooling, well, she's fooling other women, but she actually thinks she's fooling men with that infantile bit of cope. So anyone who's an adult who understands how human beings work understands this. And this goes for any type of signaling. Virtue signaling, signaling that you're strong and independent, or signaling that you're happy being single. Anyone, and write this down, this is a golden rule, never forget it. Anyone who feels the need to signal to the world that they have something, or some quality or characteristic, obviously does not have it. Otherwise, they wouldn't need to signal it. So let's take the most famous one, virtue signaling. Now, do you know some genuinely good people, kind, loving, generous, caring people? Yeah. Have you ever heard a genuinely good person say, "I'm a good person"? or infer or imply in conversation with others, or make videos that let everyone know what a good person they are? Have you ever seen a good person do that? Of course not. Because if you know you're a good person, you're secure, and you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to signal. You don't need to promote. You don't need to sell. You don't need to market. So whenever you see people virtue signaling, and it's normally progressive left-wing people, immediately you know that's not a good person. Anyone who goes, "Well, I'm not a racist and I support black people," or I'm a feminist and I support women," or I like trans rights, you're immediately signaling to someone like me who understands reality and life and people, oh, you're not a good person. Because good people don't virtue signal. Another example, all of these women that go around saying, "I'm strong and independent, I don't need no man. I'm strong and independent, I don't need no man." Again, what's a typical strong and independent person? Let's say it's a woodsman, somebody that can build their own cabin in the wood, or somebody that built their own house. Yeah? A man that built their own house or built a cabin in the woods and lives in the woods. Can you imagine a man that can build his own house, hunt for his own food, so he is the definition of strong and independent? Can you imagine a man like that ever saying to anyone, "I'm strong and independent and I don't need a woman"? They would look absurd. They would look absolutely ridiculous, and you would immediately doubt that they are strong and independent because they're telling you they are. And that's the case with all of these modern women that go around saying that they're strong and independent. They come across, again, to someone like me who understands how humans actually work, like a 4-year-old girl saying, Daddy, look, I'm strong and independent. I can open the bottle of milk and pour it myself. I don't need parents, Daddy. Aren't I strong and independent? That's how they come across to me. If you feel the need to tell people you're strong and independent, you're obviously not strong and independent, because strong and independent people are secure in their strength and their independence, and don't have to promote, sell, market themselves as strong and independent. Only someone that is terrified deep down that they're weak and dependent markets themselves as strong and independent. You may have noticed how much AI slop has infected the manosphere. As you can probably tell by all the breathing and the mistakes, I'm a real human being called Paradox that is recording these videos spontaneously off the top of my head. If you support real human beings instead of scripted AI, please like this video and comment on this video and share this video, because the more of my viewers that do that, the better my chances of competing in the algorithm with the AI slop channels that can just use ChatGPT to produce 3 scripts a day and 3 videos a day and just flood the manosphere with churned out, hollow, superficial content to make money. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm doing this to help men like you. So if you appreciate someone who actually cares about men, putting in time and effort to help you without making any money, please help me compete with the AI slop in the algorithm. Thank you, brother. And so we come to what she's doing, which is the old, I got divorced or broke up with my husband or boyfriend, and I've been single for 2 years. And, oh, it's so wonderful to be on my own. I can do what I want. I'm free. I've got my power back, blah, 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 blah. Again, people who are genuinely happy being single don't have to prove it to anyone. They don't make fucking TikTok videos seeking validation and approval from other lonely, single, bitter women that actually I didn't fuck up my life because I'm a typical modern woman, selfish, entitled, childish, who offers nothing to a man. I didn't fuck up my relationship. No, I didn't fuck up my relationship. And I'm not now a leftover woman. No. I'm happy to be single. I'm happy that I'm going to die alone. I'm happy that I'm going to have only cats for company because, oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, right. Like any man buys that. Other women will buy it because they have the same cope. They tell the same, they want to signal the same thing. It can't be the reality, which is the reason I am in my 40s and single is because I'm not a good person and I'm not a good woman and I can't build a relationship with a good man because I'm not a good woman. You know, when they go around saying, where are all the good men at? Again, any woman that says, where are all the good men or there are no good men is just waving a flag with I'm not a good woman written on it. It's the same principle. When you understand how human beings actually work, you understand that the most powerful driver in every human being is to avoid fear and pain. Every human being's number one drive is to avoid what you fear and avoid what brings you pain, emotionally and psychological. Obviously, physical, you know, the fear of heights or the fear of loud noises is fine. That's programmed into the body. So physical fear, I'm not talking about that. And I'm not talking about physical pain because obviously physical pain is a sign there's something wrong with the body. So physical fear and pain, we should be avoiding them. But psychological and emotional fear and pain are all of the ego. They're all of the psyche. They're not real. They're not real things that can damage you. They're just things that are part of your insecurities and part of your painful memories and, you know, part of your neurosis. They're just part of basically a lack of psychological and mental health. That's what psychological fear and pain is. It's not anything really, it's to be healed. It's to be, as we say in the way of mastery, you walk through your fear and you sit with your pain. By walking through your fear, you overcome it. And by sitting with your pain, you heal it. You embrace it and you heal it. You get the lesson out of it, the gift out of it, and you move along. But 95% of people don't understand that. So almost everybody, everything about most people's personality is a coping mechanism. Most people's personalities are just an accumulation of coping mechanisms. That's what a personality is. It's how do you cope with your psychological and emotional fear and pain? Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Those are just two different ways. Are you a narcissist? Are you neurotic? Are you psychotic? Are you aggressive? Are you shy? Are you, all of those things are coping mechanisms. And these women, obviously men do it too, but women do it to such a degree. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Like almost every word that comes out of a woman's mouth is cope. Because women are hypersensitive to negative emotions, women need to avoid painful emotions and fearful emotions more than men do. So they're always in avoiding fear and pain mode. And the number one way to avoid, well, there are three main ways that we cope with fear and pain: projection, suppression, and distraction. Projection is what women do when they do sign language. So blaming, shaming, guilting, and insulting. That's taking the pain inside you that you can't own, that you're not you don't take responsibility for, you're not accountable for, and projecting it onto a man. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. That's projection. Suppression is denial. Just deny it. No, I'm not. I'm not unhappy being single. 40 and single and childless. No, I love it. I love it. Just denial. You just deny the painful reality. And the third one is distraction. We all know distraction. Social media, scrolling, porn, drugs, alcohol, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. The whole world, the whole internet, everything in the world, entertainment industry, is basically to allow us to distract from our fear and pain. Basically, as I said, human life is about avoiding our fear and pain, and we do it through coping mechanisms, or most people do it through coping mechanisms. I don't, and the people I mentor don't, because that's the point of life. The point of life is to grow up and develop and expand and maximize your potential and self-actualize. And you can only do that by letting go of your coping mechanisms and walking through your fears, being with your pain, and engaging with life directly in the present moment. That's what it means to be a grown-up. That's what it means to master yourself. That's what it means to be Zen. That's what it means to be spiritual. 95% of people are none of those things. 95% of people are children in adults' bodies, and they live through cope. And I would say it's 100% of women and probably 80+% of men. Well, I really went into one then, but I just find them so ridiculous. They're just so ridiculous that they can go on camera with such infantile, self-justifying cope stories and think they're fooling anyone. And then I remember, most people don't see things as clearly as I do, so they are fooling plenty of people. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Stop complaining about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't put in. The only way to become more successful than most people is to be willing to do something most people aren't willing to do.
God, we should walk away from this.
Hold on. If I were to do this, if I even could do it, I'd need a guarantee. How do I know you can deliver?
You don't. But I can. So, do you want to take a leap of faith? Or become an old man filled with regret, waiting to die alone?